So I seek refuge, protection, shelter in the one who is capable to bring out of the darkness light and bring about the morning. What you seek in protection against, this what is the second verse. He say, min sharri ma khalaq. Allah is the Lord of all creatures and all creation. There is two things in existence, creator and creation. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only creator. Everything else is His creation. Khalq, khalqullah, the creation of Allah. And human being, animals, devils, things have certain evils. As a result of this, you seek in refuge in Allah from the evil of everything that He created. If it's a snake, scorpion, elephant, lion, a human being, a president, a king, anything that been created by Allah, and everything is created by Allah. So whatever that among this creation has evil, you ask in Allah and you turn into Allah to protect you from the evil of such a thing. This was a general. Now, more specifically, you're saying, or as if you're saying, especially from the evil of the night when it comes. And you notice that more evil happened by night than the morning, during the day. And you found most of the crimes, stealing, drinking, all kind of things happen by night. Okay? When people try to rest, to sleep. Okay? And you found this is the time when the jinn spread out and cause most mischief. The shayateen spreading at that time by sunset. So you asking protection in Allah in general, and especially at the time when the darkening dark, when the night comes and covers, especially in time like these old days, there is no electricity. Maybe a rich person, he have a kerosene lamp or a candle. If they have, you can find more haram and more evil and transgression in that time. So it came to say especially, but nevertheless, even nowadays, with all the modern technology, with all the lights that in the streets, in the car, everywhere, it's still that you find more evil done during the night than the day. And another form of evil, and especially done by those people who hate to see the pleasure of Allah coming to some people. So they envy them. They feel jealous. They feel itching in their heart. They feel that they deserve the blessings more than anybody else. And as a result of this, they go in their bad evil and their bad envy, hoping and wishing that you lose the blessings if it's a good husband or a good wife or a business, and they go in a practice witchcraft and evil things for you to lose the blessings and whatever favor Allah had bestowed in you. And he said that also I seek refuge in Allah from the evil of those women, because mostly this is done by women more than men. We have men in the same stuff, but he found it done more by women. And he found that the envy done more by women. And part of their witchcraft, they using nuts, tying nuts, and blowing into it. They saying certain words, they do certain action, taking blood, or taking something of your clothes or your hair, tying in thread or knots or in a rope, and saying voodoo and saying words that only Allah knows what they're saying, and putting spells and spitting and blowing in the nuts to make sure that their evil will take place and hurt and harm the other person. And the last thing, also seeking refuge in Allah from the envies when they envy. Hasidin إذا hasad, when he do the envy. This will bring us to understand there is a general evil, but contains in the creation of Allah from shayateen, human being, animals, different things. And there is a evil that comes more at night. And that there is people who practice magic to harm others, and others who practice hasad and envy. May Allah protect us all from all evil things. And don't forget also that you seek refuge in Allah from your own self, your own nafs, your own desires and lust and deviation, because you're part of Allah's creation. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he himself used to seek refuge in Allah, and he used to say, وَنَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ شُرُورِ أَنفُسِنَا وَمِنْ سَيِّئَاتِ أَعْمَالِنَا. And we seek refuge in Allah from the evil that contains in our own self and the evil of our bad deed. So don't look to think that the evil contains outside only. It can be also inside you. But there is no problem, because you can seek help in Allah to overcome and to be a winner of this battle against the evil. And this will bring us, before we come to conclusion to our class, about the incident that some people try to reject it or object it about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that had been magic been done or witchcraft or spells been put in him. This is true, and the narration is correct in Sahih al-Bukhari. Nevertheless, that this had nothing to do with the communication of the revelation. It didn't affect or has any impact or recitation or memorization of the Quran. And you know that Jibril alayhi salam used to come once every Ramadan to review the Quran with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And in the last year that he visited him before his death, he visited and reviewed with him twice. So may Allah forbid we say that even if there is something was wrong, that the Prophet ﷺ been healed from this spells that been done by some of the assistants of the Jewish. So the Quran been revealed and been completed, and Allah say, I perfected, I completed, I will protect it. And the Prophet read it many times, the Sahaba heard it, they wrote it down, they reviewed it many times, they heard it from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the hadith, that Jibril جاء إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال أشتكيت يا محمد؟ قال نعم. فقال بسم الله أرقيك من كل داء يؤذيك ومن كل شر حاسد وعين الله يشفيك. This in the collection of Imam Muslim. That Jibril came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, "O Muhammad, are you complaining, suffering from something?" He said, "Yes." He said, "In the name of Allah, I heal you from every symptoms or every illness that disturbing you, and from the evil of every envy and bad eye, Allah will heal you." The other narration which came about the spells, the witchcraft, is in Bukhari under the chapter of medicine. عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت: كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم سحر حتى كان يرى أنه يأتي النساء ولا يأتيهن. So the kind of spells they did for the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, they call it to tie a man. What this mean? That he could not have intercourse with his wife. So Aisha said the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, magic been done on him to such a degree that he used to think that he slept with his wife or he have intimacy with them, but was not. And Sufyan explains this is the worst kind of magic or spells. So the Prophet ﷺ said, Ya Aisha, do you know that Allah had given me the answer concerning what I asked him? Indeed, two men came to me, that mean in his sleep. One of them sat by my head and the other one sat by my feet. The one that by my head said to the other one, "What's wrong with the man? Is he sick?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Who caused him?" He said, "Labid ibn A'sam, رجل من بني زريق حليف اليهود كان منافقا." He said, "Who's the one who did this? Work on him." He said, "Labid, son of A'sam, a man from the tribe of Zuraik, which they have a treaty with the Jews. He was a munafiq, a hypocrite man." He said, "In what?" He said, "In a comb." Okay? Some hair and a comb. He said, "Where is it?" He said, in such and such well of water.